militias in the Middle East. While an Iranian official this morning said the agreement would also stop the war in Lebanon, Prime Minister Netanyahu says he plans to intensify Israel's military campaign against Hezbollah in Lebanon, where a U.S.-backed ceasefire is not being respected by either side.
As the war continues, it appears to be making it harder for the Pentagon to pay for training and maintenance. An internal document from a Texas-based Army headquarters with about 70,000 troops shows an almost $300 million reduction in its training budget late last month. A memo from around the same time shows cuts to some Army medical courses. Military leaders are asking Congress for more funding, citing the war's impact on training. Lawmakers don't appear immediately inclined to comply. Now, the United States has released video showing another strike on an alleged drug boat in the Eastern Pacific. One person was killed, 2 others on board were hurt. The U.S. Southern Command says the vessel was allegedly engaged in narco-trafficking operations. The U.S. Coast Guard was notified about the strike. They launched a search and rescue mission for the survivors. According to an NBC News tally, this is the 59th strike. 194 people have died. Former President Joe Biden is taking legal action against the Justice Department over their plans to release recordings tied to a memoir project. Biden filed a lawsuit yesterday. It seeks to block the release of an audio recordings and transcripts from private conversations with a ghostwriter during work on his 2017 memoir. The case follows a Freedom of Information Act request from the Heritage Foundation, which sued for access to the materials. Biden's attorneys say the Justice Department recently reversed its decision to not withhold the records and now plans to release them to Congress and the Heritage Foundation next month. Turning now to our Commitment 2026 coverage, there are about 5 months to the November election. Republicans are facing setbacks in 2 states as the redistricting battles continue. KCRA 3's Rachel Hersheimer explains what we're seeing in this latest roadblock.
Rulings coming out of South Carolina and Alabama could truly sway the midterms in November. The state Senate in South Carolina rejected redrawing its map after the House redrew voting districts to the GOP's advantage in an attempt to hold on to a slim House majority in the midterm elections. Now, this ruling came down to the wire as early in-person voting began. Republicans in South Carolina tried to leverage a recent Supreme Court ruling that weakened minority protections under the Voting Rights Act. In Alabama, a federal court blocked a Republican-backed map yesterday. The court said the plan intentionally discriminated based on race. And we're also seeing legal battles play out in Florida, where a state judge declined to block new congressional districts passed by the Republican-led legislature from being used in the midterms. And in Tennessee, Democrats took a hit after a federal court upheld its new congressional districts passed by Republicans. Republicans have also enacted new House districts in Missouri, North Carolina, Ohio, and Texas. Louisiana could soon join that list as well. Democrats think they could win 5 additional seats from new voter-approved districts in California and 1 from a court-ordered map in Utah. In Washington, Rachel Hersheimer, KCRA 3 News.
Supervisors in Yuba and Sutter counties are supporting a plan to split California into 2 states. The Assembly's former GOP leader, James Gallagher, introduced the proposal last year. It would create a new state from 35 inland counties, including Yuba and Sutter counties. Yesterday, both boards voted to support Gallagher's resolution. They say the needs of their counties are not being met by Sacramento. They cited issues including water rights, wildfire protection, and Prop 50. That's the voter-approved measure that redrew congressional lines to create more Democratic districts. For the state to be split, a majority in both the Assembly and Senate would have to approve the plan, and that's not likely. With a Democratic supermajority, Congress would also have to approve it. The state Assembly approved